Hey everyone, this is Wexlex. We're back on TT Isle of Man Riding the Edge 3 for another Superbike career mode video. Today we're qualifying on the Laxey course. This is qualifying number 7. Not expecting great things from this today, if I'm honest. It's been a bit of a struggle on the Laxey, I think, just because the AI have been a little bit overpowered, and I've tried this a couple of times and seeing some weird things, so I think it might be bugged. So in practice, the AI is setting like 10-minute 50-ish laps. 10-minute 48, 10-minute 47 maybe. But then when we actually go through and do the event, the AI times have been 40, 50 seconds faster, which is kind of insane. So probably we will be starting from the back of the grid at the end of this qualifying, but we're going to give it a go anyway. I'd like to get a clean lap in today is the aim of the game. And if it's under 11 minutes, then even better. We're just going to take it nice and easy. For a lap around the Laxey today. It's so tricky though. This whole course is just an absolute minefield, especially on realistic settings. It's just so difficult to get any kind of consistency. This is a difficult corner already. Like even just as we start off, got this super blind left-hander here, and you can't build up too much speed because you've got this super tight right-hander. But we're through there okay. Bit bumpy on this next corner. We're through there alright, and then it's actually really difficult to sort of wind your way through this left-right. And then coming up to kind of pick up a bit more speed through here, maybe into 4th gear. Little touch of the brakes through that corner, and then heavy braking zone down here, down the hill. Taking the bike out a little bit wide, tucking close. That wasn't too bad actually. Pretty happy with that, all things considered. But it's only the first minute of this course, so can't exactly celebrate yet. Difficult left-hander there. With that weird audio bug as well. I've had that before. I think I put that on one of my shorts. Weird that we've had that again. It's funny, there's some consistency with that. Heavy braking now. Down into this section here. The brake's just not doing anything for us. Having a lot of that actually recently. No matter what ABS setting I put the bike on, we get this point where if we're just heavy braking, it's one of the things I've noticed coming onto realistic physics settings. Any kind of heavy braking at all, the brakes just seem to stop working, and it's really difficult to deal with. As we come into the Ramsey hairpin, another heavy braking zone here. Again, the brakes just completely stop working for me there. So that's not ideal, but not too bad, all things considered. We have had one crash, but it wasn't on a super fast section. It was one of those really slow ones. Horrible slow corner that. Really difficult. Tend to keep it in 2nd gear on the Superbike through there. That was quite good. Coming up to the gooseneck now. The AI are normally really slow through this bit, so that's not too bad. But as I said, I don't think we're going to be beating any of the AI today if the same bug will happen again, which I'm sure it will. Through the left-hander there, taking it out wide for the next one. That was quite nice. Pop it down to 3rd gear. Try not to get too close through there, but you want a nice tight line through the apex of that right-hander. Up the hill here. Might drop it back to 4th. Oh, not feeling the grip. And then 2nd gear through the memorial now. Being super careful on the brakes now, so I just don't want it to happen again where we're going through one of these sort of heavy braking zones and the brakes just completely stop working on me. But all things considered, that isn't a bad first sort of quarter of a lap of Laxey. We're through with not many dramas to speak of. Into the mountain mile, all the way down here in 6th gear. Getting up to near the top speed of the bike, although on this Yamaha that is not particularly high. Down to 5th gear, through here, trying to feel out the grip. Might drop it to 3rd for this next series of corners. This long left-hander that just keeps coming at you. nicely through there, up to 5th gear, and try and keep it through 5th for these two right-handers. That one, this one coming up a little bit tighter, touch of brakes, there we go, not too bad, I've gone a bit wide on the exit, and then testing the suspension all the way through that left-hander there. And I've got to try and remember as well where the Laxi splits off, so that we can remember to slow down for that. And normally very tight corners where the other circuits split off from the mountain course. Coming to the bungalow, oh, big wobble there, that wasn't too handy. Down to 2nd gear, just taking a little bit of speed off the bike there, using a lot of engine brake. Not too bad through there. Cutting some nice lines through the circuit actually at the moment. Oh, huge wobble! Holy moly, that was massive, massive tank slapper. Just trying to feel out the grip, maybe being a little bit too aggressive on the throttle at moments. Oh, that wasn't good. But we haven't done too badly through there, and I've remembered where we come off the Laxi. It's just down here. We're going to be nice and easy on the brakes. All the way down here, just, yeah, very, very good. And there's a little bit of straight through this next part, but you've got to be so careful because you build up so much speed coming down this hill, and you've got to scrub it off very, very, very quickly. So might even take it to 6th gear, but this whole next section is just an absolute nightmare. So we're going to take it nice and easy, nice and slowly. This is really the stuff of nightmares in realistic physics settings. This corner, oh, it's just disgusting. And this whole next series of corners is just awful. It's so easy to get on the gravel as well. We're going to take this super, super slow. This one, very tricky, that right-hander, but we're through it. And then we've only got these horrible, horrible hairpins down here to deal with. Just a lot of engine brake. Doesn't matter if we're slow, I just don't want to crash. As long as we don't crash, we're okay. Okay, another really tight hairpin there. Up the hill now, but don't think you're done with the tight corners because there's another one here. Get a little bit more speed coming up the hill, but there's another tight left-hander coming up we have to be quite careful of. You can build up a bit too much speed coming up here. Take it off, there we go, nice. That was pretty smoothly done actually, if I don't say so myself. That's kind of the end of section 2. And we're coming into section 3 of the Laxi now. A little bit bumpy over there. You're going to have to remember, it's quite a long straight that actually, you don't really realise, but again, you don't want to get too quick because you've got this right-hander to contend with, and then there's another hairpin, really super tight hairpin down the bottom of here that we're going to brake nice and early for as well. Down to 1st gear now, taking all the speed off the bike, 25 miles an hour. At the very most round there, might even keep it in 2nd gear. This bit's super bumpy, really hard to do quickly, but as I said, we're not looking to be quick, especially on that corner, it's awful. But we got around it not too bad, actually. I mean, all things considered, this has been by far my best attempt on the Laxi on a superbike for a very, very long time. So to take the speed off mid-corner there and you can tuck in nice and close. Already at 8 minutes on this lap. This corner's very, very blind as well. Very difficult to see where you need to brake, where you can accelerate. And then the danger is you get too fast and you go into this corner a bit hot like that. Oh my goodness. That was a bit touch and go. I'm very, very worried about slamming on the brakes there and just going into the wall. This corner is a bit tighter than you think it is. Out wide, tucking close. Wasn't really the best way to go around that corner, but again, we made it work, so not doing too badly. And then this little right-hander, sort of kink there, and then there's a left-hander here. Oh, getting very, very close to the curb there. Now we've gone around there quite slowly, really, but we're still on the bike, and this is the main thing right now. Scrubbing off the speed by the wall here. Careful, careful, careful. It gets so tight through there, and then this corner is just absolutely horrible. I always try and go through there in first gear now, because it's so tight, so much tighter than you think it is. There's another couple of corners that are really horrendous coming up as well, almost worse. This one, off camber, bumpy, horribly tight through there. Okay, and then this left hander here, picking up quite a lot of speed through here up to sort of fifth gear, and then you're looking for these sort of left hand bends. Oh no, a bit wide. Oh my gosh, I don't know how we've managed to save that, but we've just about made it through. Go nice and wide on this corner, just to give us the space to get it through, and then really tight right-hander here. Not too bad. Bit of wheel spin on the exit, but we are almost at the end. I mean, we're already at 10 minutes 30. The AI were saying 10-minute 50s. Oh, full concentration now, please. Just sort of downhill, scroll off a little bit of speed down here, a little bit off, and really tight at the bottom here. We're almost through. I mean, this is going to be, it isn't going to be under 11 minutes, is it? Through there, okay. And we've got basically, this is the last corner. Quite fast left-hander there. And we are scot-free to the end, pretty much. There's one more right-hand kink that we will need to navigate just here. Not quite full gas, but almost. And we are, gosh, 11 minutes 25 is, yeah, is not ideal, but that's what it's going to be. I don't really have any more to give. That is by far the best lap I've done on this bike, I think, on the Laxi. So we'll see maybe some of the AI times that are going to come in now. Oh, to be fair, we're pretty close to some of them. I imagine some of these people would have had crashes. We had one crash as well. Someone, yeah, Michael Dunlop's actually set a slower time than us. But I have a funny feeling when we end the session in just a moment, those lap times are going to come tumbling down. So I'll have a look now. Oh, to be fair, it hasn't done the glitch. I'd had that twice before now, where the AI had been setting like 10-minute 05s. But yeah, we were 25 seconds off the pace. And yeah, we could have been faster. We could have picked up, you pick up half a second, or a few tenths every single corner if you're pushing. But the risk of crashing just goes up and up and up exponentially. So we did a safe lap, but at least we got a lap in. And we got 5 upgrade points, which, for coming last isn't too bad either. So that leaves us with, I think, 21 points, which we're not going to be able to do any of these upgrades, but perhaps we can do the fairing. Yes, we can. So we'll put that on the bike. That's given us, just a little bit more aerodynamics. Great. Let's have a look at our next event. We've got race number 7. We haven't got too many events left, and it is the Northwest Course Section 3 for next time. I think part of that is the mountain course as well. Yeah, I think you're coming up to the Solby straight there, aren't you? And then you sort of split off with a very, very tight right-hander onto the rest of the Northwest Course. So we'll see, hoping for a good start next time as we come from the back of the grid. But I think that's all the pace that we had today, unfortunately, on the Laxi compared to some of the AI. So anyway, for the moment, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.